I'm Kamlesh Patel from St. Norbert School. My today's topic is the solid state, chapter 1 of 12th chemistry. So here we will start. So in previous class we have studied that last two states of matter, gaseous state and the liquid state. But in 12th class we have to study the next state of matter, that is solid state. So what is that solid state? Solid state in which the particles are very close to each other. For example, like iron and the glass. So that is the solid state. In this state of matter, that particles such as ions, molecules or atoms are held together by very strong interparticle force of attraction. So we have some properties and the characteristics of the solid state, that is the solid state have fixed shape, size and volume. Second property, that interparticle distance is very short. That means the particles such as like atom, molecule or ions are held together by very strong force of attraction. Interparticle force is very strong. That means the force which is responsible to bind those particles, that is very strong. Okay. On applying mild force, the particle do not leave their mean position. That means in solid state, the particles are held together by very strong force, due to which they, on applying a mild force, they do not oscillate about, they do not leave their mean position. That means the particle do not leave its position on applying mild force, but only just they oscillate about their mean position. Okay. And the last characteristics, and due to these above reasons, the solid are very strong, hard, rigid and brittle. Okay. So next to it we have type of solid. Solids generally classified into two types. The first is amorphous solid and the second is a crystalline solid. In amorphous solid, that means in which the particles do not arrange in a regular or the periodic order. Okay. So such as like glass, board, tile, etc. Okay. Next, in crystalline solid, the particles, the constituent particles may be the atom, molecule or the ions, they are arranged in a regular and the periodic order in a three-dimensional space, such as for example like silicon, which is used to make the integrated circuits or the chips. So due to its crystalline nature, it is used in the electronic industries. Okay. Next, diamond is a type of a covalent network or the covalent crystal in which the carbon atoms are held together in a regular and the periodic order. There are of four types: ionic crystal, molecular crystal, covalent or network crystal or metallic crystals. Okay. So the ionic crystals are those crystals in which the interparticles, the ions are held together by strong electrostatic force of attraction. Okay. For example, like NaCl, ZnCl2, ZnS, these all are ions. These are formed by ions. Okay. Next is molecular crystals. So the molecular crystals in which the molecules are held together by molecular force of attraction in three-dimensional geometry. So the molecular crystals are of three types: polar molecular crystal, non-polar molecular crystal and hydrogen bonded molecular crystal. So in molecular crystal, the first is polar molecular crystal. As you know that the polar molecules are those molecules which form a dipole. So the responsible force is the dipole interaction is responsible to form a polar molecular crystal. For example, like solid HCl, etc. For non-polar molecular crystals, in which due to its symmetric structure, the electron and the nucleus arrange in such a manner that they form a dispersion force or they form a dipole due to its unsymmetric structure. So this is the responsible force for the formation of the nonpolar molecular crystal is London force or weak dispersion force. London force or the weak dispersion force is responsible for the formation of nonpolar molecular crystal. For example, like solid CO2. Since CO2 is a nonpolar molecule, and due to its unsymmetric structure, it form a nonpolar molecule due to the attraction due to London force or weak dispersion force. Okay. So next is hydrogen bonded molecular crystals. So hydrogen bonded molecular crystal, the hydrogen bond is responsible. So hydrogen, as you know that the hydrogen bond is formed by the between the electropositive atom of the molecule and the highly electronegative atom of that molecule. So the example for this is ice. So next type of a crystal is covalent or network crystal. So in our covalent or the network crystal, the responsible force is a strong covalent bond. That means the atoms are bound together by strong covalent bond. Okay, for example, like diamond. The diamond have the three-dimensional geometry having network structure in which the carbon atoms are arranged in a three-dimensional geometry, which forms a covalent or network crystal. Okay. Next is metallic crystal. Metallic crystals generally they are the responsible force for metallic crystals are metallic bond. Okay. The metallic bond is formed between the metal ion and electron, the free electrons which are present in the metal. So all the metals such as like iron, gold, silver, in a pure form, they form a metallic solid due to this metallic bond only. For example, like silicon being the metalloid having the characteristics of the metal and the non-metal, still forms a metallic bond. And the pure metal, generally all the pure metals which are in a solid form except mercury, because at room temperature mercury is in a liquid state. Okay, so the metals which are solid at the room temperature, they form a metallic bond. Okay, and form a metallic crystals. Okay, so dear students, today we have covered the topic, the definition of the solid state, and the next we have studied the properties of the solid state and types of solid, amorphous solid and the crystalline solid, and the types of crystalline solid also we have discussed. So just your homework is to just note down in your fair record and just learn whatever I have taught you. Okay, and next we will meet in the next class. Thank you all of you.